Welcome back to Combat Mission Cold War, A False Hope. Let's start with a super quick recap of turn 15. The right Dragon team delivered the fabulous chase the tank around the house kill from 800 meters. It's worth watching in slow motion again. A second Dragon from this team is in mid-air as the turn ends, but this has basically no chance to get through the trees. The center Dragon team bounced one off the front of this T-64. They reloaded, fired again, and turn 15 ended with a very promising Dragon missile appearing to be on target. But to put this into some perspective, and more importantly because I find this fascinating, this is a series of TOW missiles versus a T-64 from another Cold War Cup game. TOW 1 hits with no penetration. TOW 2 hits with no penetration. TOW 3 misses, as you can see in slow motion. TOW 4 hits, no penetration. TOW 5 hits, no penetration. And TOW 6 hits with no penetration. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and kick off the turn 16 action. And we actually get a penetration. And a few seconds later, a confirmed kill as the crew bails. The other in-flight Dragon gets blocked by tree armor, as expected. Obviously, destroying 2 of the 3 Soviet tanks really opens this game up for me, especially on the left, where I immediately press my men forward. Unfortunately, my squad on the left that is already furthest forward at this point is exhausted, so the assault duties fall to this C Company light machine gun team. On turn 17, they make it across the open ground. I'm somewhat surprised to not find any Soviet troops guarding this position. On turn 18, that light machine gun team needs to rest, but I order the remainder of that C Company platoon to follow the same path. At this point, I'm still not thinking about getting to the left objective, but by pushing forward, I keep Soviets dedicated to this side of the map, which will relieve pressure on my main assault in the middle. On turn 20, the 2nd C Company light machine gun team makes it to the trees, as the first team gets into position to assault the houses. I also decide that 1st Platoon A Company should head down from the ridge in order to either provide a diversion, or on the off chance that I do assault the left objective, they will be in better position to provide supporting fire. Over on the right, the Soviet grenade launcher team continues to cause casualties, so I try to block line of sight with mortar smoke at 2 different places. On turn 19, one man makes it back across the open ground to the meat grinder of these trees. On turn 20, he is ordered to crawl forward as a mortar platoon HQ unit is reassigned to an infantry role, and I unleash another crack mortar barrage, but this time from 250 meters instead of 700 meters. I've put a lot of resources into getting this sandbag position, but if I can set up my grenade launcher teams here, the Soviets will have a hard time putting down fire onto the right side of my main assault. Which brings us to the center road and the main assault. Turns 16 through 20, my men slowly advance from cover to cover while my tanks and Vulcans target any Soviets that show themselves. Here in turn 16, my Vulcan area fires a Soviet position while my light machine gun teams slowly advance. Turn 17, a Soviet BTR area fires, but I don't have a hard spot on it. Continuing with some turn 18 action, I'm still being very cautious with my AFVs, only giving them 10 or 15 second pause orders as they crest the ridge. So often they either don't fire or only fire machine guns. But there are 5 of them, and combined they do a pretty good job of targeting the Soviets. As you can see here, I also got a hard spot on this BTR, and a Soviet squad opens up with an RPG and small arms. Turn 19. My infantry teams continue to advance down both sides of the road. And my M60 is able to take out the BTR. I try to suppress the Soviet infantry, but they take out a light machine gun team with an RPG. Turn 20, I finally get the Vulcan into line of sight of those infantry. My forward light machine gun team starts to advance. I get a 50 cal on the forward slope, which I could not do if I had not destroyed those two T-64s. And my forward light machine gun team gets within 100 meters of the right two objectives. Here's the map at the end of turn 20. The last 100 meters won't be easy, but I have a lot of infantry left and most of my mortars and plenty of tank HE. Rather than having a false hope, I suddenly have, dare I say, a new hope.